What if I told you that there's a credit card that doesn't care about your low credit score, your past credit mistakes, or even if you have no credit history at all? A card that's designed to build and increase your credit score and not judge your past. Watch this video until the end because the OpenSky Secure Credit Card might just be your biggest breakthrough yet. All right, so you've heard how easy it is to increase your credit score with a secure credit card, but let's break it all down. At its core, a secure credit card is the key to building or rebuilding your credit, at least one of the ways to do it. Think of it like a training wheel for your financial journey. Unlike traditional credit cards, a secure credit card requires a refundable security deposit. This deposit typically becomes your credit limit. So for example, if you deposit $200, your credit limit is going to be $200. It's a low risk way for lenders to extend credit, making it incredibly accessible for those that have no credit or bad credit or rebuilding credit coming out of bankruptcy. That's the genius of it, okay? Your responsible use, meaning on-time payments and low utilization, gets reported to the major credit bureaus, building that positive credit history that you desperately need. Now, where OpenSky truly shines is with its unique approach. While many secured cards still do a soft pull or have some type of requirements, OpenSky boasts a groundbreaking feature: no credit check, okay? Let that sink in. You need no credit check to apply. This means if you've been hit with rejections due to a low credit score, or if you're fresh out of let's say fresh out of high school with zero credit history, OpenSky welcomes you with open arms. It's all about giving everyone a fair shot. This also means no temporary ding on your credit score from an inquiry when you apply. A huge win if you're trying to improve your financial standing. So how does it actually work? It's incredibly straightforward. You apply online, usually a quick and easy application process. Then you fund your security deposit. That's from like a bank deposit. They just take it right out of your bank, okay? OpenSky typically requires a minimum deposit of $200, but you can deposit more to get a higher credit limit up to $3,000. Now, do you have to do this? You don't have to. $200 is perfectly fine. This deposit is also fully refundable when you close your account in good standing or you graduate to an unsecured card if you go with the OpenSky Plus. Once your deposit is funded, your card is going to be issued, and then you're ready to start building that credit. Now, OpenSky also just came out with another option as well too. It's called the OpenSky Launch Visa. Now, this one only needs $100 security deposit. It's still refundable, but this one's going to come with a monthly $2 fee. Now, the one that I mentioned earlier, that one is going to be their standard card, and that one is $200, and it has a $35 annual fee. And then they have the OpenSky Plus, which we talked about a little bit as well. That one has a minimum deposit of $300, but there's no annual fee. The power of reporting, building your credit score. The real power of OpenSky is going to lie within its reporting, okay? OpenSky reports your payment history to all three major credit bureaus: Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. These are the big three that compile your credit reports and calculate your credit scores. That means every on-time payment that you make, every month that you keep your utilization low, it's a positive mark on your credit report. Over time, these consistent positive entries are what dramatically improves and increases your credit score. Many OpenSky users, they report seeing significant FICO score increases, and some have seen an average of 47 points just within 2 to 3 months. Imagine the doors that open even with a modest jump in your credit score. Now let's talk about fees because transparency is crucial. Like most credit cards, OpenSky does have an annual fee, and that's $35. Now some may see that as something that's negative, but consider it an investment in your financial future. When you compare it to the cost of high interest loans or the limitations of having poor credit in general, this fee is a small price to pay for the credit building opportunity that it provides you with. Plus, with responsible use, the benefits far outweigh this small cost. Now, one common question is, what about credit limit increases? Now, you can always add to your security deposit to increase your limit, but again, I don't recommend it just because it's not needed to actually increase your credit score and then transition to another credit card. But here's the exciting part. Some OpenSky card holders may even be eligible to graduate to an unsecured card after demonstrating consistent, responsible use. While it's not guaranteed or the best path for everybody, it's still a possibility that allows you to get your security deposit back and move on to a traditional unsecured credit product that's going to be a lot better as well. This is the ultimate goal for many using a secured credit card. Now, who is OpenSky for? The ideal candidate, okay? This is perfect for individuals who have bad credit. For example, if past mistakes like bankruptcies, charge-offs, or collections are holding you back, or if you have no credit history. If you're a young adult, you may be a new immigrant to the country, or anyone that simply hasn't used credit before. Or let's say, for example, you're not used to working with banks, like you don't even have a checking account. You're going to need one though to at least get this card open, okay? OpenSky doesn't require a traditional bank account for deposit, but it does make it accessible even if you don't have a checking account, okay? Makes things a little bit easier, but there are some ways around it. Also, if you want to avoid credit checks, if you're cautious about further increase being added to your credit report, then you already know, or if your score is like too low for a traditional approval, that's when you know it's for you. Now, let me share a quick story to illustrate the real world impact. Now, check this out. I had a client that she was in her late 20s, okay? She was struggling financially. She had some medical debt in her early 20s, and that had dropped her credit score dramatically back when they used to add it to the credit bureaus, okay? Now, every apartment application, every auto loan, it felt like hitting a brick wall. And honestly, she felt hopeless. She was caught into a cycle of bad credit, no credit. Then we told her about OpenSky. She deposited $300, she got her card, and she committed to using it responsibly. She'd make a small purchase, pay it off in full every single month. And within 3 to 4 months, her credit score had jumped over 50 to 100 points. That allowed her to finally get approved for an apartment that she loved, and she was able to qualify for a much better interest rate than what she was going to get before on an auto loan, okay? OpenSky wasn't just a credit card for her. It was a stepping stone to a much better life. Now, speaking of taking control, navigating the world of credit can feel overwhelming. That's why I put together a free credit guide that breaks down the entire process. You can scan the QR code right here on your screen, or you can click the link below to learn more. It covers everything from understanding your credit report to advanced strategies to increasing your score fast. Now, back to OpenSky. Let's go a little bit deeper, okay? Let's go into a critical factor, credit utilization. Now, this is huge. It's a percentage of your available credit that you're actually using. For example, if you have a $200 credit limit, but you spend $150, your utilization is now 75%. You take the balance and you divide it by the limit. Here's the problem. That's too high. Experts recommend that you want to keep your credit utilization below 30%, ideally around 10% or less, 5 to 10%, 7 to 10%. So even with the $200 limit, you want to try to keep your balance no more than like $50, $60. Paying off your balance in full is going to be the golden rule. But if you can't keep it low, before your statement closes, then it's going to affect your credit score, because OpenSky reports your balance. So keep an eye on it. Now, why choose OpenSky? Okay, you might even be thinking, aren't there other secured credit cards out there like Discover Card or something like that? So here's the thing. Cards like Discover Card is great, or even Capital One is good, but they're going to run your credit and there's a chance that you may get denied. With OpenSky, pretty much everyone's approved because there's no credit check, okay? The only way you can get denied is if you've had them in the past and then you close the account with an open balance and you never paid them, okay? And that's what's gonna make it a big difference. And there's no bank account required, another hurdle removed for many applicants. Number 3, flexible deposit options. You can start with a lower deposit if that's all you can manage. Remember, you could do it as low as $100, and it reports to all 3 credit bureaus. Not all secured credit cards are going to do this consistently, which is why it's vital to keep maximum credit building, and you want to keep that impact as well. While some alternatives might offer cash back rewards or a better upgrade path, OpenSky is going to prioritize making sure that you have accessibility and different credit building, which for many is exactly what's needed. Now, to truly maximize your OpenSky experience, here are my top tips. Number one, set up autopay. Never miss a payment. Even if it's just the minimum, ensure that it's paid on time if you can't put it on autopay. Number two, keep your utilization low. As I told you, you want to aim for 10% or less, okay? People say 30%, but again, keep it well under that. So again, if the limit is like, $200, be around 20, no more than 60 if you have to, okay? Make small, regular purchases that you can easily pay off. Don't use it for things you can't afford. Next, monitor your credit. Use free credit monitoring services to track your progress to ensure that everything is reported correctly, okay? Now, there's some bad advice that's out there where people say secured credit cards are bad or they're just for desperate people. Listen, that couldn't be further from the truth. Secured credit cards are legitimate, they're effective, and often a necessary tool for financial rehabilitation and growth. They provide a controlled environment and they prove your credit worthiness. Think of it as, earning your stripes, even if you're starting over again. Once you master this secured credit card, you've built the foundation for a lifetime of good credit, which translates into better interest rates on loans, easier approvals, and more financial opportunities. Now let's zoom out for a moment and consider the long game. What does building good credit with the OpenSky credit card actually mean for your life? Okay, we're talking lower interest rates on auto loans, mortgages, personal loans, saving you thousands of dollars, easier approvals. Now we can get that apartment. Now you can get approved for that utility bill, and even some jobs, because don't forget, some jobs look at your credit reports as well. Better insurance premiums. Believe it or not, your credit score can impact your car and home insurance rates. Yes, they can. Then we got financial freedom. The ability to make major life purchases without being held back by your credit history is not just about a number, it's about unlocking better opportunities and better terms. Now I want you to start thinking of it differently. Think of your OpenSky credit card as the first domino. You knock it over with responsible use. That domino then tips over to the next, increased credit score, then better credit cards, better credit card companies, higher credit limits. That improved score is going to open up the door to other unsecured credit cards with better terms, rewards, and of course, like I mentioned, higher limits. From there, you might even qualify for better mortgage rates or even business loans down the line. It's a ripple effect that starts with that initial deliberate setup of building your credit. Don't underestimate the power of that first step. Now, another question I always get is, how long should I keep this credit card? I would say about 3 to 6 months. After about 3 to 6 months of making on-time payments and keeping the utilization low, you should start to get offers in the mail for like next tier credit cards, which are unsecured credit cards that don't require a deposit. Even something like Capital One is a good transition to use as well, okay? Consider a credit limit increase as soon as you start getting these other cards as well too, especially every 30 to 90 days, all right? Then you can also, don't forget, you can graduate your OpenSky card. That's if you want to keep it, okay? But it is okay to explore other credit products. With your improved score, you now can qualify for better cards, okay? So don't forget that. These are the things that we talk about all the time inside the 850 Club Elite during our weekly Q&As, during our master classes, our boot camps. Listen, you can also get access to a custom game plan as well too. To learn more, go ahead and scan the QR code or click the link in the description below. So if you're ready to explore more of our content right here on the 850 Club channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on any more insights designed to put you in the driver's seat of your finances. Join the club and I'll see you on the next video.